Okay, 6, 7 months later, we're finally getting to rebuild the house. People have been asking me about my house fire that happened last October 2024. We're just now getting around to working on it. Unbelievable. Here comes my equipment, they said. Yeah, I mean, these guys have legit trucks and equipment. They have entire fleets of these trucks. You see them driving all over Vegas. So that's how you pronounce the name Goettl. Anyway, one of the reasons I like having these guys over here, how do I say this? The other companies that have been here didn't bring American workers. These guys are all English-speaking American citizens born here, if you know what I'm trying to say. When Alliance was here, their entire crew were non-English speaking. I just assume they hire illegals. I mean, I don't know what their legal status is, but all I could tell you is that when they were here, they had to have someone in charge. There was a translator, and a lot of my stuff came up missing. I'm not worried about that with these guys. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like, if you want to hire an actual American company where Americans come into your house, you got to hire an actual company, not just some. There's a lot of fly-by-night people out there. I get it. You're trying to save some money, but Goettl's a premium service. You know, I want an actual licensed, insured American company in my house. All right, I'll just say it like that. These are my opinions that do not reflect that of Goettl. Okay, just saying. So we're replacing our old 5-ton heat pump with this Amana inverter system. They told me that this thing could lower my electric bill considerably. Well, hell, they have been at work ripping this stuff out. See the soot? Wow, this is the old system was here, or ducting, I guess. So it is hot up here. I like this. Their mess is cleaned up. They sent a big truck over here to get all this debris, get it out of here. They didn't waste no time. So this is upstairs in the loft. This is Rachel's gym. They put a drop right here, which is fantastic. Big, huge one. And then also another intake to suck the hot air out. And that's a convenient 20 by 20 there. So that'll help. Because all we had was this one vent over here, and in order to keep this room clean or cool, we had a portable unit there, and that wasn't cool. Literally wasn't cool. It stays hot. So now, Rachel would have probably wanted this more in the center, but this is where they put it. You know, so I guess they figured because this is where it's going to be hottest. They also said that I need a lot more insulation. So they're taking care of me. I mean, they've got quality tools. They're getting this stuff done. I mean, they've only been here a couple hours and they've already gotten a lot done. So wow. How do you even get back there? Crazy. This is a job that nobody wants to do going up here. Wow. Yeah, there's really no insulation on these walls.
Next to none.
Like, well, none. On this area, which gets hit by the sun all day long, there should be like a radiant barrier or something right there, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can actually see daylight coming through that little crack. Right here, I see daylight.
Yeah.
And that's a shingled area, but still, we really need to get some kind of.
Yeah, if you got the money, just spray foam it.
Yeah. You know you hired the right crew of Americans when they're playing Journey. Okay, so now they're loading this thing. I wondered how the hell they get these big air conditioners up into the attic, but this is how they do it. They just lift it up there and a bunch of dudes just pick it up and put it up there. So they're getting that internal unit up there. All right, it's day 2, and they're working on the other side of the house. They got here early this morning. I let them in, and they're ripping out all the old unit up here, getting that all out. We're taking out this whole soffit area, as we talked about before. They're getting all the new ducting in. It's pretty crazy, all this stuff. They just got that inside unit up there. They've changed the position of it. You know, my old unit from their 70s, 80s is there, and then the other unit they replaced it. So there's actually 2 units. So now there's 3 units up there. They're gonna try to get these other units down. They're just sawzawing the stuff out and rocking and rolling. I mean, it's only like 10 in the morning, and they've already got a lot done. And this is basically like working a new construction. The only difference is that they have to take out the old stuff, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. But you should see the mess out here of the stuff that they had to remove. They're taking a break and hosing themselves off. But this is some of the stuff that they've taken out. And you can see that the old stuff I had, I mean, well, it had insulation, I'm wrong. But it was insulated on the inside, which is an interesting kind of way of doing it. I wasn't sure if this dude made all this stuff himself. So I take it back, it is insulated. But look how black it is inside. I mean, not only from the smoke, but from years and years of just collecting crud. And these aren't cleanable the way these are. But it's a different way of doing it. I mean, I would imagine that this would build up a lot of heat. How you burn my hand just touching it being in the sun. Upstairs here, from what they did yesterday, it's ice cold in here. I mean, it's not ice cold, but it coming out outside from in here, it's freezing in here. What does this set to? 70? No wonder. I mean, I come in here, it's ice cold in here. Like, my nipples are hard. It's about a week later after they've done that install. Goettl is back over here because, you know, that unit that's upstairs, it's been here for a while, and they just refurbished it for me to save me some money. We, you know, as you know, they reducted everything, but we're still using the original internal and external units. But I think it was freezing up upstairs. We're having some drain issues and things. And so that's what's great about these guys. This is why I chose this company. I called them last night and said, you know what, we're having a problem with the air pressure. I think that the coils are freezing up, et cetera, et cetera. He goes, we'll have somebody out there in the morning. Bang, they were here actually too early. I wanted to sleep in. They was here at 9 o'clock, ready to fix it. So the dude's here already working on a thing, and this is why you choose this company, because, like, you know, if you make some deal with some other fly-by-night, this is a Saturday morning, and the bros out here working on it, they're gonna make sure that it works. And that is the service. That's the premium service that I wanted. That's why I'm pimping this company, okay? They're not paying me for this. I'm just trying to tell you, like, I've had, there's times that you service and the quality of the service is more valuable than the bill. Because when it comes to air conditioning in Vegas, I'm getting too hot to stand here. You know, it's, you know, here it is 10:30 in the morning, but it's June, and it was 1 year ago, almost in June, that I severely burned my feet. Okay, that's how hot it gets. I'm gonna get in the shade here. For those of you that watch me know that there was the mailman was stuck at the gate or something, and I was trying to catch his package, and I didn't have my shoes on, and it was about the same time in the morning, and I ran out onto this pavement, and I got like 3rd-degree burns on my feet. The skin was melted off my feet, had to go to the hospital. I almost lost a toe. It was a severe situation. You cannot go onto this blacktop in the summertime. And you're like, duh, Bob. Well, I came running out the front door, I got out there, and by then it was too late, and I was like, I wasn't thinking. You know, you think you just walk outside on the porch, right? Not a big deal, but I ran out there. I'm just telling you that story to emphasize the fact that you can hurt yourself. All right, well, Goettl's wrapping up. They're leaving now. They've they finished working on this thing, and air conditioner is running inside the house. Believe it or not, it's the middle of June right now, so as I've mentioned, this video you're watching is spanning over the course of a few weeks. And the reason I'm doing that is because I kind of wanted to show the entire process. And it's been like over 100 every day, 105, 107, things like that. So here's this system. This is an Amana R32, it says. I need to, whoa, the heat blowing off of that, wow. But they told me that this particular unit is like the Rolls Royce, the Lamborghini of air conditioners. It is a heat pump. It is the most efficient, the quietest, most powerful residential unit. He said, dude, you've got the Cadillac system. Let's take a look at this thing. Why is this thing so, it's expensive? Why is it so awesome? We'll take a look at it here. Maybe some of you guys know what you're looking at. There's the tag on it. It's quiet. I mean, we're standing right next to this thing. It's running full blast. And obviously this fan makes a little more. But the other unit I had was so loud, you could hear it from inside the house. So this is the outside unit, and it looks like one of the mini splits that you're used to seeing. We need to clean up our area here. It's still a mess from the construction. But yeah, this thing is quiet. I mean, I'm standing right next to it. It's maybe you're hearing it on camera, but it doesn't make very much noise. You cannot hear it in the house. So let's go in the house. Okay, so it is 104 today, middle of June. Oof, spicy. And it is considerably cooler in here. We don't have any lighting fixtures, but we also have no ceilings. That's totally open. There's no walls. There's no insulation whatsoever. It says on the thermostat that it's 80. The fact that this thing is 80 degrees set to 72. 80 degrees in here when it's 104 outside and there's no insulation in the house. I mean, it's just, wide open. No drapes, sun's coming in. Oh, yeah, there's a vent right there. And that cold air, whoo, cold, cold, cold air, but quiet. So all of this ducting, every single ducting had to be removed. And don't forget, if depending on how I edited the video, there was the old unit that was up there from the 70s, and then there was the second old unit that they replaced because they never removed. Once you have the ceiling and everything, it's pretty hard to get the old unit out. So they usually just leave it there and then put another one next to it. So I had 2 units up there. They ended up moving the entire system over to this area centrally. They said, look, this is a much better place. They put this whole pan up here. They built an entire structure. I don't know if I can get to it and show it to you. Doing selfie mode here. But they did some pretty cool construction here. Let me flip the camera around. Yeah, so that's the interior, and it's a pretty big unit. It's a large system. And that's the giant, I guess this is the giant return system. Look at the size of those vents. I never had anything that big in here. Look at it. I don't know the size of those, but like it's a human being could crawl through them. I mean, that's big. That's die-hard big. Okay. So you got that, and then they reused this return, but they cleaned it. They took all the insulation and all the stuff out. I don't like these grills. I thought these grills kind of suck. These are just the standard grills. I'm gonna get some decorative grills when this is all done. Yeah, so all this venting, I had them change where the vents go in different places and things for me because we used to have vents over there. I wanted them here, so they moved things for me, rearranged them exactly where I wanted them. Because, I explained to them, I go, look, Rachel sleeps here. She's always hot. I sleep over there. I'm always cold. So we put these vents over here. So if anybody complains and said, oh, they should have put these centrally, they were going to. They had them mounted over here, and I said, please move them over there. And they go, we don't recommend that. That's not where they should be. And I go, look, just do it for me. And they did, because they were blowing right on top of me. I wanted them over here. Another thing that they did for me was we removed all the soffit through here, And they put drops in these rooms. Oh my God, this room is nice and cold. So they put this drop in. I know it's not roughed in very well. This is all gonna be sheetrock and everything, don't worry about it. But the point is it used to be this soffit here and it did not cool this room. It just didn't. And now this is the only truly insulated room in the house because with the door closed. And it's nipply in here. I'd say it's 74, 75, maybe. And that's with this single pane glass with no cover. So once I get these thermal insulated windows put in with the blackouts and everything and the carpet, this room's gonna be chilly willy. We're gonna repaint all this, of course. This is the kiss room. This, the Elvis room as it's known. Same deal. Now at least I got a shade in here, but this is right above where the bed will be. So if you were laying in bed right here, you'd have a ceiling fan and this thing, you're gonna be chilly. So, for those of you just watching, like these rooms were spared because the doors were closed and whatnot. All right, so shows it's 86 in here. This wall over here, that's 89. Looking at the rooftop, 120 degrees. Coming into this room, wow, like even with the door open, 75, 76 degrees in here. But this is the real test, right? We go in here. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Yeah. So yeah, it's set to temperature. I mean, it's 73 degrees. And there's basically no carpet, no curtains in here. Look, it's 70 degrees on that wall. So coming out of that vent up there, 65, yeah. So this is gonna be awesome. I mean, it's 105, 106 outside right now. So once we get the insulation put up, it'll be a whole other story. Okay guys, that's gonna wrap it up for the Goettl air conditioning video. I wanna see what this is putting out. 53. Yeah, I like it. Oh, it's chilly in here. My little laser, 69 degrees on that wall. I feel like I'm reporting the weather. And it's 69 degrees on the wall and 69 at home if you're lucky. All right, guys. Goettl air conditioner, hook me up. Now, there's a lot going on with the pricing and all that other because of what happened. So everybody wants to know like what it cost. I can tell you that just to do that premium Amana system over there, the ducting, that thing over there was like 25 grand. So, and then this was a whole other separate job, this system. But man, you know, moving forward in this house, I'm gonna be here for the rest of my life, I would assume. And I just met with the spray foam guys today, and that's gonna be a whole separate video, so tune in if you wanna find out about the spray foam. But, you know, it took a couple of weeks, and it wasn't their fault that it took a couple of weeks. It was because we had to wait for an electrician to come and repair some things. And it was determined on that. So that was a delay. But if it hadn't been for that, and then, you know, Hippie was gone for a week and the other guy went for vacation for a week. So it could have gotten done quicker, but this is a unique situation. We had a situation where we had melted wires, you had contaminated venting, ducting. These guys did a phenomenal job and they work in extreme heat, and I'm really impressed with what they do. I'm sitting here in the middle of June and it is chilly and nipply in here, cold, cold, cold. It's like 70 degrees where I'm sitting. This vent right above me is blowing out 48 degrees up in there. Wow. Yeah, man, these guys know their stuff. So it's a premium service. If you live in Las Vegas area and you can get Goettl air conditioning and you want like the best and you need it to work and you need it now, those are the guys. And I know the comment section is going to go in there and talk about they're expensive and all this other. They are. But I'm a guy that likes the best. And in my opinion, I don't think there's anybody better. That's just dealing from me calling around. I got 3 or 4 different quotes. We've been trying to get this house done for the last 6, 7 months now. And all I could tell you is Goettl showed up and now my house is cold. So thanks guys, I appreciate it. If you want to know more about the upcoming stuff that we're doing, we're going to start with possibly doing the spray foam, the insulation. We have to close all the walls. This is going to be a long video series, so tune in and subscribe if you love this kind of stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you later. There's Hippie. Hi.